Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, that can only mean one thing. It's a Busta Rhymes review. I wish we had the little intro and some special effects shit, but hey, I'm broke. No, seriously, I have no job. It sucks right now. Life is tough. I mean, when you're out there making $5 hacks, it's just not easy. But anyway, forget about my life. Today we're here to talk about the effects and the influence that this artist and that his album has had on many of us. Whether you're black, you're white, I don't care what color you are. You know, if you love hip hop, then this man has definitely had an influence on you. Me too. All right. And who am I talking about, ladies and gentlemen? I'm talking about Busta Bus and his first outing on the solo tip. This is a legendary outing. It would produce the smash hits like Woo Ha. And I also like Abandoned Ship and Still Shining, and It's a Party. You got your Ill Vibe, and now honestly, what I should do is give praise and shout out to the man who influenced me to really do this, to really really do this, to really to get into Busta like I am. And that man, my man, Elijah Newsom, aka Easy. Shout out to Easy right now for putting me on to this man when all y'all motherfuckers thought that Busta was done. Now, I admit, Busta's time in the spotlight, especially as of recent, like, it's been difficult, it's been tough. But back in this era, back in 96, this man might as well been untouchable like Elliot Ness. Alright? So, with that being said, let's get started in the review. Now, this classic album, which is called The Coming. I don't think I said that. I still suck at this shit. God, I need help. But yeah, this album, like I said, released in 96, when he was with, I believe, Elektra. Is this Elektra Records? Is this Elektra? It's Elektra. I believe it's Elektra. I believe it's Elektra or Jive. He released it with Elektra or Jive. I'm not sure which one. And also, this is, like I said, this was Busta's first outing. I mean, now before this, prior to Busta dropping this album, he already made a name for himself. I mean, if you don't know the background history of Busta Rhymes, he was in a group called the Leaders of the New School, and I believe their biggest hit was I like it. I've heard it before. The International Zone Coaster, Internet Zone Coaster. The International Zone Coaster, or just another case of the PTA, cause it's just another case of that old PTA. You know what I'm saying? But like, this was Busta's. Before that, like, well, he made a name for himself there, and but what really set Busta, or what really made motherfuckers like open their eyes wide open for Busta, was that legendary line. I mean, do I really bring it up? I'm going to anyway, because it just wouldn't be right if I didn't. Rawr, rawr, like a dungeon dragon, change your little drawers cause your pants are sagging. something to put you in a turban and have you smelling right like some old stale urine. Chuckity tangle, the Chinese chicken. That was dope. And so with that, man, Busta like really made a noise for himself. A noise for himself? What? Nigga? I'm sorry, I'm tripping. He made a name for himself. And I mean, that name would only get bigger once he was featured on Craig Mack's Flavor in Your Ear remix. Hey, hey, hey. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But, so with all that success that Busta's having, you know, people wanted to see, all right, can he translate that success into an album? And well, we got the answer. And boy, was the answer ever so good. The Coming. All right, it's what most of us do when we have sex. You know, it's what most of us say to our significant others. You know, I'm coming. You know what I'm talking about. I'm getting pretty nasty here. But whatever. Yep, The Coming. Now, this is what kicked off Busta's solo career right here. Right here. And I mean, straight off the top, what I like about, I mean, even before you open this up, man, and you listen to the CD, like, it's the album art. You know what I'm saying? Like, the album art, like, is insane, but we wouldn't expect anything else from Busta. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wouldn't expect anything else. And they don't do it like this anymore. Like, these album cover arts, they don't do it like this shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's pretty dope, and you know, it's iconic. So, but shoot, man, where do we start today, Mr. K.O.L? Where do we start? Well, I feel like we should talk about. Let's talk about the other songs on this album before I talk about the main one. Now, me personally, like I said to y'all before, I brought up my man Easy. Easy's the one to really make me stop sleeping on Busta and really go make me get just about all the albums that he has ever done. Just about. And the first song that he put me on to that really made me say to myself, yo, like, Busta, yo, he's the man. A lot of niggas be sleeping on him. Everything Remains Raw. Everything Remains Raw. You know, I make sure everything remains raw. You know, hardcore, like Quick Draw McGraw, which, if you know your history, if you're a real music head, you know later on he would reuse that for other songs, but we'll get into that later. But Everything Remains Raw, like, because up until that point, before I heard this song, I just thought Busta was a comedian. You know, he's a comedic rapper. He gets all in the videos, dancing. Come to death row. I'm sorry. But nah, Busta was just known to have this personality, you know, he was out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, out there as in Busta. I feel like Busta was himself, and he made hip hop fun, but he made it fun to a point where it's like you can be a dope ass rapper, but you can still have fun with it. You still be comedic with it at the same time. I mean, if you listen to Busta's punchlines, they are amazing, all right? Like, what is an example of this, Wavy? What is an example of this? Shit, let's go to Abandoned Ship real quick. What did Busta say, yo? Because that shit used to really make me fucking laugh. He said, I be saddleback riding motherfuckers just like a horse. Turning toss niggas up in my applesauce, like, like, yo, like, I feel like that's the way rapping should be done. You feel me? You know, but it's not done like that anymore. But yeah, man, like everything. Excuse me. Everything Remains Raw. When I listened to that track, when I heard it the first time, man, it blew me away. I was impressed by Busta's flow, even though to me he was a comedic rapper, comedic MC. I was blown away by his skills, blown away by his wordplay and what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? On and on, and on and on and on. You will understand when I form Voltron. Everything remains Vol. I make sure you know what I'm talking about. And like, that really put me on to Busta Rhymes as a fan. You know, that really just put me on to Busta Rhymes as a fan of that song. That and Abandoned Ship. Do My Thing, Baby. That's a banger. That's a banger, man. That beat. When I step in the place, you should keep your mouth closed. Keep your fat finger out your nose. Hot Fudge, Ill Vibe, man. Q-Tip on it. Oh, no, look. The two standout tracks. Now that I brought it up, man. The Flip Mode meets the Death Squad. In Death Squad, or in other words, it was the Digging in the Crates crew, in my opinion. Digging in the Crates crew, you know, that was Redman, that was Fat Joe, I think it was Keith Murray, some other people too. I'm throwing out, I think Eric Sermon too. But that was basically like Digging in the Crates crew versus the Flip Mode squad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at that time, really haven't seen anything done like that at that time during '96. So that was quite impressive, I must say. And all the lyricists on that song, you got Redman, yeah, Keith Murray, yep, Rampage, The Last Boy Scout. Well, that's his whole name. I'm sorry, I forget sometimes. And Lord Have Mercy, and of course Busta. But like, that one song right there, that one track, definitely stood out to me. And another one is Ill Vibe with Q-Tip. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, from what I know about Q-Tip and Busta, you know, as far as I'm concerned, Q-Tip kind of helped Busta get to where he is today, in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean, if we all recall, you know, when Busta Rhymes said "rah rah" like a dungeon dragon, whose track was he on? Tribe Called Quest. Who did Tribe Called Quest have in it? You got Q-Tip, of course. Oh my God, I am so embarrassed to call myself a hip hop head. I do not know these freaking names. That is embarrassing. Phife Dawg. There you go. Rest in peace to Phife Dawg. And Ali. Ali, yeah. But those are the Tribe Called Quest. And in my opinion, they opened the doors. They opened the doors up for Busta. And his crew. Because at the time, Busta did that song with the leaders of the new school. You know, Think O.D., Charlie. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man. So arguably, yeah, like Q-Tip definitely helped create that launch pad for Busta. So salute to Q-Tip. Thank you for allowing the man to become a dungeon dragon. Thank God for you. And one more track that stood out to me on this one. Definitely gonna say Abandoned Ship. I mean, the way that him and Rampage go back and forth with the rhymes and whatnot, I think that's pretty dope. I mean, they go hand in hand with it, you know. And you know, it's pretty freaking dope. And I also thought it was dope that Busta was putting on Rampage, or his cousin, you know what I'm saying, putting him on in the game, you know what I'm saying. So hey, shout out to Rampage, the last Boy Scout. Probably do a review about him one day as well. But arguably the standout track for this entire album, It's got to be Wuha, man. Got you all in check. I mean, that's what honestly made everybody turn their heads, turn on your MTV or your BET or whatever you was jamming to at the time. You turn that shit on, and when you saw this man wearing that Kango and all up in the videos, waving his hands around and having a seizure and this and the fourth, you wanted to know who that guy was, and if you already knew, then that just solidified Busta Rhymes in your mind as a dope MC. It did for me. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Wuha is like, just quick history. The song samples "Psycho" by Billy somebody. I don't exactly remember, but I know it does sample someone, and or samples the song Psycho, or the theme, excuse me, the theme from Psycho. The theme from Psycho. I apologize. But yeah, like the song Wuha, man, like it definitely helped Busta and this album catapult into like major success. And I mean, it started, in my opinion, the reign that Busta would. It started this man's legacy. I mean, hell, what else can I say? I mean, this song helped catapult him, start his legacy. I mean, there you go. And then, I mean, you can see it because every album after Wuha Got You All in Check, I'm talking about When Disaster Strikes and the ELE, and the Anarchy, the Genesis, oh, and It Ain't Safe No More. In my opinion, that's when Busta was king. I mean, he's an OG in the game. I mean, don't get it twisted, but all those albums I named, like during that time, that's when he was king. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like this album right here definitely cemented Busta Rhymes as a star that we all know and love today. And I know most of us just want that old Busta back, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think Busta is gonna really be doing the woo-ha too much. It's too old for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a time has come and gone. But yeah, man. The impact it has had on me. Like I said, shout out to my man Easy. He's the one that put me on to Busta. I was honestly like, I'm not gonna lie, I was one of the many people who's falling asleep on Busta. I was one of the many people who I didn't appreciate his genius until I listened to his albums. And this man is incredible. This man is a lyrical genius in his own way. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, that's about it, man. And well, for me, how it affected me, like, I feel like it just gave me that courage I needed to say, I can do this, and I can do it in my own way, the way I would like to. You know what I'm saying? So, because as we see, Busta, he's doing the way he wants to, and he's having fun with it. So, and who doesn't want to have fun doing something that they love? Who wouldn't want to get paid for doing what you love? Come on now. So, and so that's how Busta has really influenced me. He just inspires me and motivates me to just do what I do what I love. So, and also, I mean, in my opinion, when Nicki Minaj was first coming out, like, I feel like Nicki Minaj reminded me of Busta. Why? Because just like Busta, we all saw Nicki Minaj wasn't afraid to express herself in any type of way, put on whatever she had to put on, getting all of the camera, you know what I'm saying? Like, to really get herself out there. Well, not to mention the fact that, she clearly did a song with Eminem, called Roman's Revenge or whatever, and it definitely samples or her line, like a dungeon dragon, like, that's definitely Busta. Definitely Busta. So, but yeah, man. Shoot. What or how has this album influenced you? I would like to know, and I would appreciate it, man. Just let me know. Comment below. Appreciate it. Thank you. And multi to the sundial.